Okay, this video is called What About Paleos Who Say That Edible Plants Did Not Exist for Early Humans. I had a viewer who sent me an email and was all concerned that some paleo was saying, oh, all of these plants that people claim to eat, they didn't exist. You know, and I'm just trying to show you, like, here's an article from Scientific American. And Scientific American is like one of those somewhat pop science, somewhat real science journals. And I can tell you, if there's any journal amongst the sort of more highly respected ones, it would be one that would fall in for this paleo keto stuff. And look what it says, Scientific American here. It says that grains have been around at least 100,000 years for humans to eat. And it also says researchers had assumed that humans were foraging for fruits, nuts, and roots long before 100,000 years ago. So all this stuff has been around over 100,000 years ago. Now, it might be true that you'll have some fruit, some vegetable that was developed around 1500 and then transported to another place, more recently. And certainly the farmers were smart enough to breed certain things to get them to be sweeter or bigger or whatever. But the basic point of humans have been eating grains, fruits, roots, and nuts for over 100,000 years, about since the beginning of humans being on this planet. We don't know exactly when humans came onto this planet. I have to wonder sometimes because, there's some people who are so smart. How could they have remained illiterate for so long? Perhaps it's because, when you have to spend your whole day looking for food, you don't got much time to worry about inventing a written form of a language. Anyways, that's an important point. The grains, the fruits, the nuts, the roots, they've been around over 100,000 years. So when somebody tells you they didn't exist 500 years ago, maybe the exact form we eat now certainly didn't, but there's been plenty of plant foods around ever since humans have been on the planet. Okay, now here's some stuff. Dr. McDougall, I'm kind of covering up Dr. McDougall. I don't want to do that. All right, so, McDougall's been studying this for a long time, and he's got a nice slide here where he talks about all of the major populations that are healthy have been eating some form of starch from as far as back as we can go into recorded history, a couple thousand years BC. And so basically the people of the corn, if you will, like Central America, Mexico, the potatoes, like a lot of parts of South America, a lot of the grains in the Middle East, of course, rice in Asia, sweet potato in Papua New Guinea and whatnot. So anyways, in legumes, beans in a couple places. So what I'm trying to say is, these starches have been around a heck of a long time, and fruits and berries and nuts and roots, they've all been around for a very long time. So don't let anybody tell you this food didn't exist. That's sort of a ridiculous statement. So here it is now, just showing some other evidence of starches being around 170,000 years ago. I don't even know if humans were really around that long ago. So I just shared that with you. So don't let somebody try to tell you, some of the paleos, they try to tell people, oh, vegan's not a natural diet because plant foods didn't exist for human consumption, more recently than, a couple hundred years ago. That's actually completely untrue.